What is up, YouTube? Dustin Yui here, back with some more NHL 23 news. The gameplay trailer just came out. We're actually embargoed to not have any have any reactions to it for like 30 minutes past that. But we can talk about the article, so we're gonna do that right now. So essentially, this is a gameplay article that's gonna be on the website. Link will be in the description, and I'm also put the trailer because it comes out at the same time, but we can't react to it yet. So. Here we go. All right, so yeah, let's just go through the article. So NHL 23 is almost here, and as always, the game-changing innovations are everywhere you look. So let's start off. So last chance puck movement. This actually looks pretty interesting. So it says contact with another player is one of the most frequent occurrences in gameplay now in NHL 23. Last chance puck movement adds another layer with 500 new animations related to player contact and desperation plays. You'll see it in the trailer, but basically before, when you got bumped, your player kind of just like stopped and the puck just kept going, but now you can actually like try and do something instead of just getting bumped and like you can't get it, you know. So this is basically, it's kind of like a desperation play. Essentially, if you get bumped, there's new animations where you can still make the play while you're getting bumped. I don't know why I'm doing it. Whoa, hey, yeah, look like I'm fishing. And then a new mechanic accompanies this edition when players double tap shoot or pass. So I'm not really sure how that's gonna work, because like you have to flick your stick. I don't know, I have to try it. While skating towards a loose puck, they'll be able to dive in a desperation attempt at the puck. So yeah, basically if the puck's too far and you still want to try and make a play, you can attempt to dive at the puck. One of the big things that I was curious about was balance. So it says the balances feature desperation moves have been added to defensive play features. Therefore, if a defensive player is in a favorable position, desperation plays made by the defense using last chance puck movement will be countered more easily. So that sentence is a little bit confusing, but essentially the defensive player has, if you have positioning, you can also use the feature to, you know, make a pass or whatever, clear the puck kind of thing. The next big one is new updates to strategies. This is pretty cool for just in-game. Obviously it'll be in HUT, I'm assuming, and then like it's also in franchise. Which is really cool. They kind of talked about it a little bit in the first article. More control over every action with updated strategies. There are two new strategies added to NHL 23. So the first is the 1-3-1 power play, and the second, which serves as a counter to the 1-3-1, is the 1-1-2 on the penalty kill, which you might know as a triangle +1 or wedge +1. They've also added assisted strategies. So basically, if there's an opportunity in game for you to change, you know, if you're down a goal, it might say, hey, do you want to play more aggressive? And it's just a quick yes or no button. Rather than having to go through all your strategies, it's just a quick button to say yes or no. There's also like pulling the goalie. Like if you're down a goal and you know, there's a minute left, it might say, hey, do you want to pull your goalie? So you don't have to try and figure out what the buttons are. During gameplay, it'll be like, hey, do you want to pull your goalie? It also has more control over face-offs, which is pretty cool. So you have the ability to rearrange player positions before and after face-offs. I'm not really sure how that works in game. I'm a little curious. This feature allows you to set up plays with more accuracy than previous year, improving gameplay strategies. Yeah, again, I don't like, is this like an audible in Madden? Like I don't really know how this works. I know in the menu you can do it and you can like move players around, which is kind of cool. So essentially you could have, if there's somebody with face-offs who's a winger, you can put them at center and then they rotate back after the face-offs. And then on the power play, you can assign 3 different roles. There's distributor, finisher, and puck carrier. So the game's AI will distribute the puck based on the role, position, situation, and X factor tendencies. So basically, if you have Ovechkin, he's probably going to be a finisher, and the AI will look for that player to you know, make a one-timer or whatever. Next up, they added 2 new X factors to the game. Nothing crazy. So there's one for Sarah Nurse called Relentless. They just used like the cover athletes. So Sarah Nurse has Relentless. Basically just gives you an increased ability to shoot and pass while off balance. So just incorporating the new mechanics. The second is for Trevor Zegras, which is called Skilled Up. And then basically it just allows you to do like the Michigan and the flip pass easier. If you guys watch the trailer, he does his flip pass that he did in real life. But it also has to do with the Michigan. It makes the Michigan a little bit easier. So if you guys really want to try and pull it off in like ESHL or clubs or whatever, you might want to run this as like your main or secondary X factor. They also said that they have balanced and maintained existing X factors by improving underutilized skills. So essentially the lesser used X factors, they made them a little bit better, and I think they made some of the overpowered ones a little bit less. So like there was like magnetic, which is a bit crazy. It just made picking the puck up a lot easier. They essentially just wanted to make everything kind of a little bit more balanced, so people will use all the different ones, and like it gives you more options, right? Also, the X Factor AI has been upgraded to better reflect their strengths, so now passing based X Factor players will now take more passing risks, and shooting based players will find new openings in defense. So basically they just incorporated this more with the AI, so like the actual players play more like the X Factor that they have. Overall, I think that's great. It adds a little bit more variety to the gameplay, which is I'm always looking for, so that's awesome. So there's like 2 more points. So there's AI adds awareness. So on top of updates to X Factor AI that I mentioned, goaltending and teammate awareness has also been an area of focus for NHL 23. I'm a huge person that like gets so mad at AI for not being where I expect them to be. And I have personally sent in so many clips because like I'm a game changer, so I have direct access to the devs. There's so many clips that I see online, which obviously get sent in, but then just personally, there's so many times that I'm just like, what are the AI doing here? So it looks like they've changed some stuff. We already talked about AI goalies. That was mentioned in like the first blog, but it just talks about how they added 300 new save animations that were previously unavailable to AI players. So just stuff like diving, you'll see it in the trailer, but just stuff like diving across and making like a big save kind of thing. So they've actually added some of those animations. 300 new animations is like, it's pretty decent. AI goalies also have improved goalie intelligence as well as proper position and puck tracking. Yeah, hopefully. AI skaters will also bring you closer to the game with increased team awareness. So just like you see in a regular hockey game, AI skaters now gesture to indicate when a player is open and which player is most likely to score when on the defensive side. So I don't know about that, because like in the trailer it looks like they're like pointing their sticks at somebody, but like I don't really see a whole lot of stick waving in the real game. I don't know. AI skaters will also lift their sticks to show when they're taking a line change. So that's great, because sometimes you're trying to break out and the AI just dumps you. He's gone. He just dumpsters you. He's off the bench. So and then last portion, as always, we are focused on incorporating community feedback into new iterations of the NHL franchise. Based on your feedback on NHL 22, we've updated pass assist. So this is actually kind of a big one. Updated pass assist by reducing the number of times you'll feel like you're off target. It says this will be most applicable to powered and out of vision pass. Okay. In terms of balancing the game, they've also improved the ability to intercept or disrupt those passes based on your positioning. So again, it's in the trailer, but if the puck's actually in a favorable area to stop, your player should stop it now, hopefully. But like, say if you're facing this way and the puck's getting passed behind you, you're not going to stop it. And then lastly, essentially they've updated poke checks. They reduced player movement speed, so you can't just like wave your stick around on the defensive side. And then they decreased the effectiveness of poke checks when chasing or in a poor position. So essentially, if you can't see where you're poking, it sounds like you won't be able to poke as well, and maybe that'll just mean more penalties. They've also increased the puck carrier speed to create more separation between players and ensure that the fastest skaters in the league act like it. This is a good one because essentially when you had the puck, you actually slow down with the puck, but players like McDavid don't slow down, especially when they have the puck. So it didn't really make any sense because defenders could catch you. So if you're on a breakaway, you should be on a breakaway and you should still have that separation. Whereas like there was kind of like a catch-up effect because when you had the puck in your possession, you were actually a little bit slower, which was weird. I don't know, but all right. So I wouldn't say like it's a crazy upgrade to gameplay, but like they've added some cool things, which is great. It's nice to see. But yeah, that's it. If you guys want to check it out, again, the link's in the description. The trailer's live, so go check that out. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button for more NHL 23 news and gameplay and stuff. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, guys.